It's been more than 2 years in the making, but a great new addition to One Panhandle Park is nearly complete. KNEB.TV News starts right now.
From your trusted source for news in western Nebraska and eastern Wyoming, this is KNEB.TV News. Presented by Platte Valley Companies, premier provider of financial services.
Hello, I'm Ryan Murphy. This is KNEB.TV News powered by Platte Valley Companies. Thanks for joining me. In our top story, the city of Mitchell is putting the finishing touches on a brand new addition to Ziggler Park on the south side of town. Several years ago, some community members spearheaded efforts to improve the park, and this week a state-of-the-art playground is being installed.
We use Keno money primarily. We use some funds internally as well, and we got some really good pricing from the vendors. So we're very pleased with what we got for the money that we paid for it.
City Administrator Perry Mader says crews have spent the past week or so on constructing the new playground equipment.
We have a few things to take care of. We're waiting on a part to get here. So we'd like to be done within probably the next 2 or 3 days.
He says the goal is continual improvements to make Ziggler Park a great attraction for residents for years to come.
This park in particular really didn't have a lot of features in it. So when we were looking at what we wanted to put in here, we wanted something unique. And this one certainly is with the height of the structure. And then we have, like I mentioned before, we have a couple of smaller pieces. In the other side, we still want to put in a basketball court. We renovated the bathrooms, because really it was a nice park to begin with. It just didn't have a lot in it. So, when it's all said and done, within the next maybe year or two, it's going to be a really, really nice park.
Well, 2 people have died following a single vehicle rollover west of Mitchell yesterday afternoon. Authorities were called to Highway 26 near County Road 12 at around 3 p.m. NSP spokesperson Cody Thomas says a westbound pickup lost control, rolled into the eastbound lanes, and both passengers were ejected and died at the scene. Names and cause of the crash have yet to be determined. More information can be found on kneb.com when available. Well, a 20-year-old Gering man is set to stand trial later this summer for allegedly having sex with a 15-year-old girl in the summer of 2020. Colton Pettis is charged with first-degree sexual assault of a minor, intentional child abuse, and enticement by an electronic communication device in Morrill County. Court records say the alleged crime took place in a camper in Bayard, and the girl told investigators she believed that Pettis was 17 years old at the time. He has pleaded not guilty to the 3 felonies and is scheduled to be back in court on July 6th for his pre-trial hearing, with a trial set for the August jury term. Well, coming up after the break, Bill Boyer is in with your weekend weather forecast. He'll have that right after this on KNEB.TV News.
At Platte Valley Bank, we believe it shouldn't cost you money to access your money. That's why we offer free ATMs anytime, anywhere. Whether you are across town or traveling abroad, there won't be an added expense to access the funds in your Platte Valley Bank account. Free ATMs are just one of the great benefits of banking with us. Stop by to talk to one of our friendly associates to discuss what else Platte Valley Bank has to offer.
Logos in Gering is the place to get all of your school spirit gear, personalized gifts, and promotional items for your business and employees, and banners for any special event. Logos is also the only place to stop for custom screen printing or embroidery. You can even design it yourself on their interactive website. Stop into Logos today. They'll design it, print it, and have it to you in no time. There's no job too big or small for Logos. That's Logos in Gering.
If you're like me, you're willing to travel for a good steak and a great dining experience. Bobby Joe's Branding Iron in downtown Bayard has just that. Some of the Panhandle's tastiest flat iron steaks, ribeyes, and even prime rib. Pair that with a Western dining experience in our quiet dining room or fun-filled main dining area, you and your family are sure to have a great night out on the town. So if you're looking for a great new restaurant to try, you just gotta head on over to Bobby Joe's Branding Iron in Bayard, open Tuesday through Sunday for lunch and dinner.
This is KNEB.TV weather from the KNEB Storm Center, your trusted source for weather.
Very quiet weather conditions continue here across the high plains. Temperatures still going to be near 90 by 7 o'clock. We'll fall into only the 70s by 10, maybe getting down into the upper 50s overnight. Before we rebound quickly again tomorrow as another hot day continues. Hot temps continue really for most of the next 7 days. We have a slight chance of storms. Some are going to have very little, if any, rain, and we see no major changes coming through most of the week next week. Yesterday we hit 90 after a morning low of 49 degrees. Just 6 degrees shy of a record high yesterday of 96. We got into those mid-90s today. Records were slightly warmer. No precip so far for the month. Just a trace is all. For the year now, we are right at normal, and we're going to fall below normal this weekend. It is Camp Clark Days this weekend, and if you're heading down to Bridgeport or you're going to be in the area, no problems with Camp Clark Days festivities. Going to want to have some sunscreen for the parade tomorrow. Temperatures in the mid and upper 90s for highs. We'll be near 90 again on Sunday. Quiet weather conditions and very little, if any, rain. Boy, look at the high temps right now in the Dakotas. That is where the worst of the weather is, in Montana and the Dakotas. We still have temps well into the 90s here in our locations. 96 in Valentine, 85 in Cheyenne, 88 Kimball, 87 in Sydney. Slightly cooler there along that I-80 corridor. Otherwise, low to mid-90s cover all the area. Winds are light under 5 miles an hour for the most part. Every 10-mile-an-hour winds. Futurecast is quiet out there. We have a couple of clouds sifting overhead. That is about it. It's going to lead for a clear night tonight, and temps that are not going to cool off a ton. We'll be above normal for lows. Normal low about 50 this time of year. We'll be in the mid-50s and some low 60s out there in a few locations. Tomorrow, all we're going to see is a couple of clouds that may help a little bit, but that is it. Otherwise, it is going to be mostly sunny. You'll notice late in the day tomorrow, we do see a few dots there of some isolated shower and thunderstorm activity. Unfortunately, a lot of these tomorrow and again on Sunday may produce very little, if any, rain and mostly just some gusty winds because it is going to be hot. 100 tomorrow in Valentine we've got on the map. Mid and upper 90s for everybody except Cheyenne tomorrow, as it is going to be very hot out there. Precip going to be very spotty if anybody gets any over the next 36 hours. All clear tonight. Lows down around 58 for tomorrow. Another scorcher. Mostly sunny skies and hot, highs in the upper 90s. Again, just a 10% chance of an afternoon shower or storm. That is it. We'll continue that on into Sunday. Now, Monday, we do have maybe a slight bit more moisture in the area, an isolated thunderstorm possible. Still not hanging our hat on much there Monday and Tuesday. Wednesday, Thursday, we continue into the low 90s as well. And then maybe by Friday, we cool down modestly, still above normal, though, in the mid-80s. So a very hot 7-day forecast. Find plenty of sunscreen, shade, and some water to keep you hydrated through the weekend.
Welcome to Kelly's, home of the Valley's best selection of wine, spirits, and beer. Whether you're brand loyal to the tried and true brew or really enjoy trying something different and new, Kelly's has something for everyone. Family owned and operated and right on your way on West 27th Street in Scotts Bluff. Kelly's Liquor. If you can't find it at Kelly's, it's not worth drinking.
You might not know that Renewal by Anderson is a local family business. The owner here is Andy Stelflu. He's a fourth-generation rancher who learned about customer service and the land of opportunity early on.
Over and over again, I heard, it's about the customer. It's signature service, treating the customer the right way. What a blessing it is to live in America. What a blessing it is to live in a country of the free, that if you want to do something, grow, you can.
Renewal by Anderson, great windows and great local people who never forget it's about the customer.
What a year 2020 was. Now's the time to get out and travel this summer to see family and friends you were not able to see this last year. Spend more time enjoying your trip by flying United Airlines, operated by SkyWest with daily flights to and from Denver. Reserve your flight today and remember United miles can be earned and redeemed with your flights. While at the airport, stop and enjoy authentic Italian food at Roma Italian Restaurant. And don't forget, Thrifty Car Rental is here for your car rental needs. Make life easier, relax, and hitch a ride with your BFF, Western Nebraska Regional Airport.
High Plains Auto Club presents the Father's Day Rock and Roll Classic Friday, June 18th. Registration begins at 2 p.m. at the Gearing Civic Center with a welcome barbecue, cruise for cash, ice cream social. Saturday, June 19th, a parade, show and shine, and awards banquet. To enter, go to highplainsautoclub.com or call 308-765-2418. This event is sponsored by The Meat Shop, Dairy Queen, First State Bank, Frank Parts Company.
Welcome back. For the second year in a row, there will be no Sugar Valley Rally here in the Wyobraska region, but the Sugar Valley Rally Arts and Craft Fair is happening this weekend. This year's event will be held on Saturday and Sunday in Gardner Park in Gering. For 41 years, the Sugar Valley Rally Craft Show has brought shoppers and vendors together the first weekend in June and will feature dozens of vendors, food, and entertainment. Event officials say the car rally events will resume in 2022. Well, Trout in the Classroom, a Nebraska Game and Park Commission educational opportunity for schools and classrooms, is now accepting applications for the 2021-2022 school year. The interdisciplinary science-based curriculum invites classrooms and schools to explore aquatic ecosystems, life cycles, water quality, and the scientific process through raising trout eggs in their classroom during the spring semester. Several fifth grade classes in the Panhandle have participated in this program in years past, including Bayard back in 2017. To learn more about the program, go to outdoornebraska.org/trout in the classroom. Applications are due by August 31st. And after a delay for several days, some great news for Gering residents. Today marked the grand opening of the city swimming pool. The facility was supposed to open earlier this week, but due to delays in acquiring chemicals needed for water treatment, city staff had to push things back. The Gering City Pool is open daily, and season passes can be purchased during normal business hours. Well, coming up after the break, Shabella Guzman will be in with your Friday in the Field. She'll have that in just 90 seconds. Who is Hydrotex? Hydrotex manufactures and distributes over 300 different high-performance lubricants, including fuel conditioners, hydraulic and transmission fluid, and more. We've been helping customers improve their operations for more than 80 years with products made in the USA. We sell directly to customers and can even deliver right to your door to offer excellent service and value. Our products are made to exceedingly extend drain and grease intervals to reduce maintenance and labor costs to improve the budget. Whether you're in a factory, farm fleet, or like to go fast, Hydrotex is here to help. Visit your local Hydrotex dealer in person or online today.
Old. You've walked the rows of life, a fence length of time. You fought the floods, snow, and sweltering heat, and lifted breathing and settled pain. With a smile and a cry, you've strengthened your community and future generations. Sometimes with nothing to say. Often can't say enough. Like, let me do it again.
Welcome to this week's Fridays in the Field, brought to you by FNBO, your great big, small bank. We're in the fields with Jason Harriman of Scottsbluff this summer, chatting about his crops, which include corn, soybeans, and forages they feed their cattle. Jason, tell us a little bit about your family and farming.
My grandpa's 91. He kind of started the operation, and Dad and I have been just following him. It's kind of a family affair between my wife, my mother, and my aunt helps out quite a bit. So yeah, it's just kind of a family-run business. So we've been here forever. We're locals, so yeah. My wife's from Wyoming, but other than that, we're from here. So
Jason, like most of our area farmers, you also do crop rotations. Tell us more about those.
So we started 5 years ago. We started soybeans, but we were normally dry beans, corn, and we had a little bit of alfalfa that time. But last couple years we've been just doing corn and soybeans. So kind of started a new thing, and it's been working well for us.
Soybeans. Well, that's pretty interesting. I know parts of central and eastern Nebraska are big for soybeans. Jason, what was it that made you guys decide to try soybeans?
Well, Dad got some research from the UNL up here in town, and we kind of did a little bit of research on our own. And at that time, we were just looking to try a different crop. So Dad had an idea, and we kind of just ran with it on that. So been one of those deals where it was a rough start. We started slow, and now we're putting in about 400 acres of soybeans. So.
Okay, now I don't know much about soybeans, but I do know our dry edible beans don't have a long growing season and can be tolerant of our dry weather. Unlike soybeans, which have a longer growing season from what I understand, but then you do irrigate them like dry beans. So Jason, what is it about the crop that you guys like?
It works well for us. My dad's a crop adjuster too, so dry beans, it's always kind of a busy time in the year, later in the fall, so Dad's usually busy, but we've really liked it just as far as crop rotation, as far as different modes of action on our chemicals that we can spray down. And it's also benefited our corn yield too for going corn on corn 2 years in a row.
Really? That's interesting. It helps with the corn. Tell us more about what you found.
We've seen a benefit just as input costs are a little bit cheaper. Cost per acre, we can spend a little bit less money and gain more on that end of it. And just as far as managing the ground, so normally what we usually do is it's corn one year and then beans the next. Kind of the last few years, just kind of depending on the price, the commodity price, we kind of base it, but normally it's just a corn bean rotation. The maximum is corn on corn for 2 years. So
Jason, you're out planting. How are the topsoil moisture levels?
Right now, we're setting pretty good than we were a couple weeks ago. It was starting to get dry on us when we planted. We got some good moisture now, so I think we got enough to get it up and get it out of the ground and get a good start. Could use a little bit more always.
Jason, thanks for visiting with us on your farm activities. I'm Chabela Guzman with the Rural Radio Network, and we'll be back in the fields with Jason in July to check on the crops for our Fridays in the Field, brought to you by FNBO, the Great Big Small Bank.
New looks and new decor can be found at Compliments for You and Your Home. Check out the newest styles from Tribal, Charlie B, Ethel, and more. Compliments also has the shoes, purses, and jewelry for any occasion. Plus, right now, get 20% off all clearance apparel. While here, take a look at our solar lights and felt birdhouses. Finally, visit our newest addition, Katie Chandler and her salon. All this at Compliments for You and Your Home, 1708 Broadway, downtown Scotts Bluff.
When it comes to helping local folks with the loans and financial advice they need, we don't horse around. Our only goal is to help you and your family achieve your financial goals with the right loans and savings products. So if you want to bank with people that care about you and your financial needs, stop by or give us a call. First State Bank. We're big on you. Member FDIC. Online at fsbcentral.com.
Well, let's take a peek at what's happening on your weekend community calendar. That's a look at today's community calendar, brought to you by First State Bank, honoring those who give back. Nominate your community champion at fsbcentral.com.
Find out what convenient really means at the Western Travel Terminal. Start with our great selection of food and drinks, from for real milkshakes and fresh brewed coffee to snacks and hot food. Next, check out our beer and spirits with their everyday low prices. Finally, let us work for you with our full-service gas station and automatic truck and car wash. All this can be found at 822 South Beltline in Scottsbluff. Western Travel Terminal, your convenient shopping, restaurant, and full-service gas leader.
Why bank at a local community bank? When you choose a local community bank, you keep money in our local economy. That money helps support local jobs, schools, and businesses. Money that helps fund a stronger and prosperous community for us all to enjoy and live in. At Platte Valley Bank, we are here to help build and support the community we love being a part of. We believe that together, we can make great things happen. Platte Valley Bank.
And finally tonight, Bryce and Alex in with your Friday Five and talking all things sweet with a little feature on ice cream.
It is the official kickoff to summertime. June is here, which means it's time for some ice cream.
June is also Dairy Month, so we're on a quest today to find the best fast food ice cream that exists today.
Stay tuned.
Hi there, I'd like to do a blizzard, but I'm curious if you have any recommendations on a flavor.
Personally, my favorite is the chocolate brownie extreme.
Okay, I'll do a mini size one of those.
Ooh, it's got Oreos in it.
And they did the flip. Did you see the flip? Too much chocolate for my liking, but not a bad experience.
No. Would I pay $3.49 for it?
Absolutely not. No.
I give it a 6 out of 10.
I'll go 5. Hi there, I'm interested in your concrete mixers. I'm curious if you have a flavor recommendation.
Do you like chocolate or do you like vanilla base?
Vanilla.
Okay, so our cookie dough is really popular. Also, right now we have our cobblers going on.
Okay, let's try that last one you mentioned.
370. We'll see if Linda come around, please.
So this is a strawberry cobbler.
Looks like ice cream to me.
Oh no! Don't spoil it for me, Alex. Just let me get a bite here.
I am horribly disappointed.
Is this yogurt?
I don't know.
This literally might be yogurt. Why would she suggest this?
3 out of 10. 3 out of 10. Plus the price, it was $3.70.
I'm gonna give it a 4 out of 10. Maybe I'm gonna drop it down to a 3. Hi there, I'm looking for a McFlurry. Do you just have one flavor?
With Oreo and M&M.
Which one would you recommend?
I don't know how to make McFlurry.
Okay, I'll go Oreo.
Alright.
Thank you.
Thank you. Good day.
You do the same. Okay.
Holy moly!
Oh God! Oh God! Oh no! That was bad.
All right, disclaimer, I've had these before and they're fantastinomical.
Are you saying they're gonna win?
Well, very cold. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba, I'm loving it.
All right, let me taste
All right,
and
ready?
then I'll give you my score.
This so far is at the top for me, this bad boy.
What are you giving it?
I'll give it a 7.5.
I'm gonna give it a 6. I'd like to have one of your Sonic Blasts. I'm curious if you have any flavor suggestions. The Oreo ones are good? All right, so $3.59. I had no idea that ice cream was this expensive. We know the rules. I've been doing this at all of them. Let's give it a shot. I'm just kind of nervous. Ice cream is without a doubt by far the best I've had. Absolutely. Actually, it tastes good. The Oreo is just underwhelming. To me, it's an 8.
Okay, look, it's not near as Oreo-y as...
I understand that part. McDonald's probably gave you a little more Oreo for the value.
Oh, it's a lot thicker.
But the thickness and the flavor of the ice cream.
It's going half a tick behind McDonald's.
Wow. That's big if
It's
true.
a 7.
Well, we want to do one of your concrete mixers. What would you recommend?
I usually do Reese's peanut butter cup with cookie dough.
Okay.
There's also Oreo, M&Ms.
Let's go with the one you recommended. Let's do that.
Peanut butter cookie dough. Alrighty, gotcha.
Look at this. This is weird. Look at the different layers. Oh wow, this is true concrete. You see that? It leaves an indentation in there. Other restaurants could take note of this. The ice cream has a relationship with the peanut butter in there. It is just, it's one in itself. That's a 10.
Whoa!
I don't give
no
10.
way! And the, oh, it is thick. Wow. Wow. They're so good, I think I'm gonna cry.
Keep it together.
This is fantastic. And it takes the cake.
What is your score? You need the score, Alex.
I can't give it a 10, I'll give it a 9.5.
Why? What could it do to improve? What could it do to improve?
No! Okay, 10. This is wonderful.
By far the best experience we've had. Freddy's, you did it again. All right, well, we have successfully taste tested 5 different fast food restaurant ice creams.
Some swam to the top, some sank hard.
Hard.
Either way, though, it is Dairy Month, so go out and celebrate with some ice cream.
Real ice cream at that.
Yeah.
I don't think they make fake ice cream.
Yeah, we'll kick off the summer.
Well, that does it for us this time. Thank you so much for tuning in. Have a great weekend. Stay safe out there. We'll see you back here on Monday.